The Fixed Asset Setup window is where you will define the default settings for the Fixed Assets module. Search for Fixed Asset Setup. So within the Fixed Asset Setup, you want to define what is the default depreciation book. So this is going to be the book that you are going to post to the general ledger. That's the one you define in there. You have the setting for allow posting to main assets. Within your fixed assets, you can group assets together. So if we take a simple example of a computer where you have purchased the computer, a separate screen, separate keyboard and mouse, you might record those all as individual assets because each one could be disposed of in its own right or replaced. But you want to group them together in a main asset. This setting says whether or not the main asset level is just a summary of the components or can be an asset in its own right. Allow fixed asset posting from and to, it gives you the ability to lock off periods separate from the general ledger. The insurance depreciation book, if you are doing insuring your assets, this is about which book it's going to point to for the current book value of your assets. And automatic insurance posting just says that if you fill in an insurance number on your asset card, then when you post transactions, it's going to update the insurance card. And your numbering series. So as with other setup areas in the system, there are always number series that needs to be set up. So you need to tell it which number sequence for your fixed asset numbers and which for your insurance numbers. You've got links to go through to your depreciation books. Now, depreciation tables, this is where you can set up, if you want to, you can set up very distinct user-defined depreciation tables. So if you're not going to use a straight line or a declining balance, but going to use either manual depreciation or user-defined depreciation, you can set things up based on the periods. The journal templates is where you can go to set up the individual journal templates. We linked those to a depreciation book in a last video. This is where you set up the templates for them and assign your number series as you normally would. That covers off the fixed asset setup window.